Well, night does officially come at some point in your life. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Movie Emporium's Netflix original movie review of Night Always Comes, the newest film from director Benjamin Caron. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Night Always Comes is a movie about a young woman played by, of course, Vanessa Kirby, who plays Lynette. She is an individual that has a mother who's played by, of course, Jennifer Jason Leigh, who, in essence, is struggling to make ends meet. Her mother doesn't really seem to care, and she's trying to provide for her brother, who, of course, is mentally disabled, who's played by Peanut Butter Falcon's Zack Gottsagen. And in the process of everything, she needs $25,000 to basically save her family home before they are evicted. So she goes on this crazy night journey to basically try to find $25,000 within a few hours. And it starts to go down a rabbit hole where pretty much everybody is against her and everybody is not very kind to her when she tries to recover money, when she tries to just, help her brother out, who, like I said, is having, the things he has to deal with. And so it becomes kind of this odyssey of an adventure, and unfortunately a dramatic way in a lot of aspects. So that's kind of what this movie is doing. So Vanessa Kirby having quite the year between this and Fantastic Four, of course. She, of course, has been in quite a few films in the last few years. Very talented actress. Zack Gottsagen, of course, was in the Peanut Butter Falcon. Really, really good in that. And, of course, Jennifer Jason Leigh is Jennifer Jason Leigh. So, she's always talented. Plus, this movie has Stephen James and Randall Park and stuff like that. So it's a movie I was looking intrigued by it, to be fairly honest. I didn't know much about it. Vanessa Kirby is one of those actresses I really enjoy. And, her last really Netflix movie was Pieces of April, and that's a really well-performed movie. Very, very downbeat and downtrodden, but with that said, this movie looked like it could be pretty good. Who knows? It's a Netflix movie, so you don't know what you're getting yourself into sometimes. And so that leads into my honest review of this movie. And this movie is very difficult to watch, and I think it's intended to be like that. But Vanessa Kirby is an individual that keeps getting herself put into these scenarios with super unlikable people, super angry people that abuse her and use her for her whatever. And she goes on this journey that is absolutely devastating. I think Vanessa Kirby's fantastic in this movie, as she always is. I think she's really good as, the sister who's trying to help her brother, as well as trying to help the family home. She's having to deal with her mother, played by Jennifer Jason Leigh, who's also really good in this movie, who just doesn't really care, who buys a car instead of uses the money for the house. And then Zack Gottsagen, who is the actor in this movie that has a brother, is also really good. So everybody's really good. Stephen James is really good. Randall Park's really good. Eli Roth pops up in this movie. He's really good. Julia Fox. Everybody's really good. But these are some unlikable people. Outside of Zack Gottsagen and Vanessa Kirby to an extent, these people in this movie are some of the most unlikable people that you will ever see in a movie. And they're despicable and they're nasty and they have no humanity. It becomes a little too much, to be fairly honest. I think the movie suffers from the fact that there's not really any good people in this movie, that the only people that are good are the ones, like I said, Vanessa Kirby and Zack Gottsagen's character. And it just goes down this misery porn lane, this just kind of journey of like disgustingness and journey of like grossness. And it becomes too much, to be fairly honest. There feels like there's no light at the end of the tunnel. The movie ends on a really disturbing down note, and it doesn't feel like a movie that is a good time. It feels like the performances are great, but the story is just so downtrodden and dour and, it's depressing, and it just doesn't really have any moments where I felt like it was at least attempting to make somebody likable. I mean, she goes through where she's trying to get money from her friend that she was given or that she gave away, and then she's like trying to deal with a guy who maybe she kind of likes, who she works at a bar with. She's also working two jobs on top of everything, and everything that plays out with this guy, played by Stephen James, is exactly where you expect it to go. Eli Roth is doing what Eli Roth always does in movies, where he seems to be a real big scumbag, and it's so much dourness. I mean, this movie is, an hour and I think 50 minutes or whatever, and it completely like devastates you, but it also makes you feel sad and depressed about society. And I think that's maybe where this book was going towards. And I know it's aiming towards, society is not going to be helpful in a situation where you need help. It's going to be dangerous and dark, and people are not going to be good. And I get it, but it's a lot. It really is. It's kind of a disappointing take on a movie that needed some light at the end of the tunnel, and it just doesn't have it. So I think overall, I think the movie on its acting chops is really good. Like I said, watching Zack Gottsagen have to do kind of his way of, because of, how he is and the situations he has to deal with. I think he and Vanessa Kirby have great chemistry together. They work really well together. It seems like they had a lot of fun working together. And Vanessa Kirby is just, she exudes this compassion and chemistry and effortless kind of optimism that just keeps putting her down. And yes, she put herself into a situation based on her character arc, but it goes places. Randall Park, I've never seen as unlikable as he is in this movie, and it's really kind of a crazy thing when you can take a comedic actor like Randall Park and turn him into a real complete scumbag of an individual, and it's just that type of thing. But if you're going in for acting, you'll enjoy it for that. If you're going in for the misery porn, you may like it for that as well. But it is a very difficult movie to watch. It's one of those movies that is in the same vein as like Pieces of April, where I think Pieces of April was a much better movie. But if you want a very dour kind of sad day at the theater, sad day because it's Netflix, sad day at the movie, at your house, this is a movie for you. But if you want something more upbeat, watch, Fixed or something like that, something that is more fun and entertaining, because this is it. So it's performance heavy, but it's also kind of very not great when it comes to the story. So there you go. But with that said, that'll be my take on Night Always Comes, newest film with Vanessa Kirby in it. Yeah, so there you go. In the comments below, what do you think of this movie overall if you saw it? Did you like it? Did you not like it? I understand if it kind of put you off because it is that type of movie, but if you liked it, let me know why. Otherwise, if you like what you see on this channel, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell at the top to find what's coming next. If you like this video, awesome. Hit that like button. And as always, we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out, guys.